Okay, welcome everyone to the next session of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Pretty climactic cliffhanger, Doctor Who style close, where we finished the last session by rolling initiative. Intro there is our Rime of the Frostmaiden one, which we had performed and recorded for us. Now, while Rime of the Frostmaiden might not feel like standing over this shadowy lava in the Shadowfell and so on, that's where you all started off your journey, getting, I think, up to level 13 by the time you encountered Auril herself. And from there, having released the frozen grip that she had on the north, banishing her avatar or whatnot, her essence, defeating her in combat, have been adventuring in the far south through Chult, all for the last, well, in real terms, for 6 months or so, and chasing this mysterious figure, Shavolak. You've found that the children of Ubtao being the great god of the south, the children of Ubtao are usually what dinosaurs are referred to, and finding out that he had things are more dire in the south and portentous for the rest of at least for the southern half or lands adjoining, is things are getting more and more corrupted over time. And apparently Ubtao, when he didn't leave, he just broke up or divested his essence throughout the domain, and but that has left some of these divine sparks to be collected, harvested, and maybe misused or abused. And you've found quite a few of these corrupted fey elemental spirits, defeated or released them, depending on your perspective. Some big epic battles within Chult. Even one area that had been taken off to the Dread domains, subdomain Ravenloft, freed that, and finally found your way to and discovered the real Mezro, which has been secreted away in the plane of shadow, and have made your way over the last couple of days through this great maze. Maze is Ubtao's holy symbol, and finally found your way to the Blightspire. And I think I'll just to remind you, actually while I'm doing that, it might be worthwhile if we just go along, and if you could just describe your character just briefly, the elevator pitch, and let me know the current state, because I can see tokens and icons and things on the screen, and I can see your health bar and your temporary hit points as well. But if you could spell it out for me or describe it for us, that would be great. So, Aragon, can you give us a bit of who is Aragon and where's he at?
Aragon is the Silver Dragonborn Paladin, looking rather healthy, actually.
Okay. What's that bloody eye? Is that...
The bloody eye is see invisibility.
Ah, yes.
And that other token is that failure saving throw that we did when we first entered this place. Which would be what again?
Yeah, okay. I'll check that up. And remind you and myself. But while we do that, I guess let's go on to Jacques.
Alright, Jacques is the half-orc Oath of Vengeance Paladin, and yep, I'm looking healthy also, and complete spell slots and everything.
Right, okay, so you're tip-top.
Yep.
And you're a paladin and fighter. I was just having a bit of a squeeze
Oh,
of
yeah,
everyone's
yeah.
character sheets.
Yep.
Yep.
Multi-class 2 fighter, battle master fighter.
Right. you've got quite a following, about 100 or so, warrior mercenaries, and I think your main lieutenants showed you the ways of battlemaster business.
Yeah.
Okay.
The rightful king of Neverwinter.
Rightful king of Neverwinter. We never got around to going and sacking Neverwinter, unfortunately.
Not yet.
Yeah. Okay. Just coming back to you, Aragon, is you've got disadvantage to your intelligence and wisdom checks, so not saving throws.
So checks, so as in like school checks.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. History books go out the door.
Yep. History is already out the door.
Yeah.
Perception.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I had advantage, so a single roll on perception.
Right.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. So that's due to this corruptive influence of entering the Blightspire. Now, while we're on the Blightspire, I think I can probably... I'll just remind you, show it to you. You should be able to see this on screen now. So you believe that you could be right up the top, or because you teleported, actually could be right under the base of the tower. But you entered there and fought the concierge, a Nikoloth mercenary in service to Shavolak and his Blightwalker zombie buddies. And then you went upstairs and cut free and released all of those shards, elemental shards surrounding the spire. Okay. Now, who's next? Oh, Louise.
Louise is a pale red tiefling priestess and cleric of the gods of sun and moon.
Yep.
She is a twilight cleric. She was sent here on a mission after dealing with the winter goddess Auril to sort out another extraplanar baddie. And she is the team's designated healer. And I cannot see my map is just blank, so I can't see if I have icons on there.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, there we go. Oh, I found it. I don't know what that heart is, whether I got any negative impact, or that could be Death Ward as well.
Yeah, it's Death Ward. Death Ward.
Okay, yeah.
You cast that on yourself some time ago.
Yeah.
And I think, Aragon, it lasts for an hour or so, but you've still got your detect invisibility up.
Yep, it's 1 hour.
Okay. Now, who else have we got? Next is Riddle.
Riddle is the Archfey Warlock Tabaxi. Got rescued by this current party and is finding herself in more hot water than she initially bargained for.
And you've succumbed to the jungles of Chult somewhat, even though you are you've been a warlock for all your life or for many years. You've gone a bit wild, and you've
a little bit feral with some barbarian in there.
Yeah. You're into the war paint, feathers and whatnot. I think everyone is, to be honest. You've needed it to thwart off the mosquitoes and the bites, and the war paint stuff isn't actually war paint. You found out going through the deep jungles of the Choltengar. They're just what the locals use to keep the insects away, which otherwise inflict terrible diseases and so on. Now, we do have Sharpie, who is currently invisible, and with him not here, I'm going to make him invisible. He's still there on the map somewhere, but you just no one can see where he is except for Aragon, of course. Aragon, he's somewhere about. And
as long as he's not in my way, that is fine.
Yes. Now, you were escorted here by a champion of the nature temple that you went to, an Earth Ganassi barbarian, Kor. And while it would be cool to have him and his awesome maul attending you. He was hoping to. We're not seeing his player tonight because his child due in 2 weeks' time. It was all perfectly lining up, and had the audacity to be 2 weeks early. So congratulations to him, and all of our thoughts are with you, David. And we hope to hear soon how things are all going. So I'll move Core back for, basically protecting your escape route. So the benefit you've got there is if you are just going to get chased, you've got a backstop. So leading up to just the most recent events, I mentioned you going into the Blightspire. I mentioned you chopping away and destroying these tendrils to the moats of elemental magic or fey magic that was somehow being sucked or drained off into the main tower, and found yourself crossing this chamber, and Sharpie has whispered a warning as he's gone up these stairs. Now I'm just going to move this sliding screen away. Bear with me for a sec. Actually, bear with me for more than a sec. I'll let you know I've got Twitch open, which I've just got an eye on it, but not in case there's any comments. But I'm not expecting lots. But you guys are the focus. Discord, obviously Roll20, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other tabs. So a bit of a Howard Jones moment, giving away my age. Okay, so you should see through this doorway. How is that looking to you? Can you see through the passage and into a room beyond?
I can see a skull.
Okay, let me see Jacques, Control L. Right, so it's very dim in here. So the reason why it's dim, probably for people looking on Twitch and so on, they can possibly see it much brighter because the maps I'm using are very bright and lava-y. But this place is just suffused with shadow. And probably easiest way to describe it, it's like being in fog, but it's not fog where it's white, it's more like black, smoky, oily stuff, but not tangible in the same way as oily smoke might be. And so that's where there's this limited vision, but you should be able to see a fair way. Is there a light source in the party?
Currently.
Yeah, I think that's Riddle. Your flame tongue is a light. So what
I also have light.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'll do is for Riddle, I'm going to switch on your bright light, flame tongue, 40 foot of bright light. It's halved here though in any case. So is that right? 40 foot of bright light for your flame tongue?
Yeah, 40 foot.
Okay, so I'm switching it down to 20 foot of bright light and 20 foot of low light. But that should still light up your immediate areas. And Ash, what have you got there?
Just the light cantrip, so 20 bright, 20 dim, I believe.
Okay.
But I naturally have 300 foot dim vision anyway. Or dark vision.
Yeah. Okay. So
I was having a look through my spells as well. I have daylight prepared.
Yeah. Okay.
As well.
It's probably more.
In case we need it.
Yeah. It's probably more. What I'm just trying to establish now is what's your current visibility, because it matters for what I can describe to you. So if I Control L for Jacques again, yeah. So you guys are all lit up. So whatever's looking at you can see you all brightly silhouetted. But you can hear this sound in the distance. Let me see if I can turn it up a little bit. And it's coming from ahead. And I'll let you know, as I did last week, that you hear this this almost hissing but sort of sibilant whispers and Sharpie screaming in your mind's eye telepathically, there's a creature coming, a huge, enormous creature comprised of shadow. And I think Aragon and Jacques, I think you're both at the front. You might,
Oh, yeah.
you might be able to see a creature coming into view.
Oh, I can see a silhouette of one. Absolutely.
I'm giving you a handout, and I'm going to... Can you see that? Here we are, a bit better. It's floating. It has 4 arms. It has tree roots for hair. It would seem like a little bit druidy, but it looks hellish. Can you see that on the screen okay?
Hey, yep.
Okay. And we've just rolled initiative. Ash Louise, you can hear in your mind Sharpie screaming a warning. Shavolak comes. What do you want to do?
Do I know which direction it's coming from?
From directly ahead. The passage you're on is like a bridge, but it slopes upwards, and that's why you can't quite see over the lip where Jacques and Aragon are.
I will conjure summon Celestial in front of us.
Oh wow! Okay. Now, do you have a token for that? Was that a spell that we were?
I think you can just use the Guardian of Faith token. It's a large token.
I think I see it in the M-S.
It's in the spells folder.
Yep, M2S.
There we go.
Yeah, we have tokens for it for sure.
Okay, there you go. An angel appears. Where do you want it, Ash?
As far in front as possible.
Okay, so you can probably see to the top of the stairs and the landing just on the inside. And is that
I'll put it like halfway between the furthest my sight and then I can see onto the landing.
Okay.
Maybe maybe on either one of the sides of the middle pillar.
Like off to the side like that?
You can go further than that.
Any beyond that, and you can't actually see the space. You can see it on the screen because it's flat, but there was... Remember, I blocked it off more for the people further down.
And then he will use his action to block or dodge, and then he will also fly 40 feet then. Until, I see the moment you see an enemy, stop, is what I tell him.
Oh, okay. So you're saying dodge, so he takes the dodge. Now, I say he, whatever it is, but it looks a bit he-ish, the picture. Does it have it go on initiative or just go on your turn?
It goes immediately after me.
Okay, all right. So you're ordering it to take the dodge action, and I missed the second part.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay.
Take the dodge action, fly forward up to 40 feet, which is his movement, but stop if he sees an enemy.
Okay. All right. He stops instantly.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. I yell back. He's right ahead.
Okay. Now, is this a creature? Do you have stats for it? Or is it a...
Yes, I have its stats and it is a creature. It's a celestial.
Okay. All right.
He's a defender celestial spirit.
Okay, and how many hit points does it have?
40.
Okay. So when it comes, it moves forward, and Aragon and Jacques, you see this creature's Shavolak's arm lengthens and then and swooshes across this angel's chest.
The angel has armor.
Oh yeah, I'm going to roll to hit. Okay, hits armor class 20.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Okay. How is this angel for cold damage?
Does not resist anything.
Okay. He takes 10, 20, 35 damage.
Wow.
Hang on, bear in mind, there's the dodge going on, isn't there? I'm just going to roll again, just in case I miss. I'll give you those hit points back if it hits. No, both of them hit. Sorry. Okay, so that's a slash going on there. And that was Ash Louise. No movement of yourself, Ash Louise?
I'll move up to behind Aragon.
Okay, just move yourself to where you want to be. And then we go to Aragon. What do you want to do?
I'm going to walk into this room.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 25 will get you to Shavolak.
Right there.
All right, actions time. Yep.
Perfect. I'm going to do my hack and slash thing.
Okay, so what does that entail?
Roll to hit and
Yeah.
hope it hits, and if it hits, it's a smite.
Oh, you've just got the one. You've just got one sword. Okay, where you go? Roll to hit.
Yeah. 16 to hit.
16 misses. You do strike him, but it seems as if the like when you use a non-magical weapon against Wraith or something, it sort of passes through a bit. Now you know that this weapon would hit, but it's almost as if, because of the wispy shadow all around it, like a mirror image, I guess, as you may miss. He's got an armor class due to this shadowy effect.
17 to hit.
17 misses as well.
Well, I'm going to burn up a first level spell slot to cast Shield of Faith on myself as a bonus action.
Okay. Shield of Faith. Now, does that override your see blindness, see invisibility?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Because see invisibility is not concentration.
Oh, happy days. Okay, all right. So Shield of Faith, what does that put your armor class at?
23.
Happy days. Okay, when you have that finish, is that your turn done?
That is my turn, yes.
Okay, Shavolak looks at you and almost amazed that you would dare to attack such an entity, and he swings at you. Hitting armor class 19 and missing. Shing!
Yeah.
You've got a shield, don't you?
Oh, and the Shield of Faith. So.
Oh, yeah, nice one. Okay, all right. So then, the ground seems to rumble a bit, and Shavolak concentrates just for a moment. And then his arms, much like in the picture, stretch out, all four of them, and this writhing spiral of shadows comes out of his chest, and goes to you, Aragon. And you need to do a Constitution saving throw, please. As these tendrils all...
That's a 22.
Okay. Now, are you resistant to cold at all?
I am.
Okay, all right. So there's some minor cold damage, 5 damage, and it looks like these tentacles try to grab onto you and hold you tight, but you manage to throw them off and they sort of dissipate. It's like a wave crashing over you. And then Shavolak has a go. One thing, Aragon, now that you get close, is you can see that Shavolak seems to be wounded. There are 3 like umbilicals that are severed, each leaking a fluid that is a different colour. What's your passive investigation?
9.
Okay. Well, that's an interesting. I could fill up my car with super. No, I'm not sure what it's for.
Passive perception is 20.
Yeah.
But all my other passives are like, no.
Okay. Okay. All right, no worries. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Shavolak goes, points towards just with all 4 arms in front of you, and issues out like a ball, a nexus of black energy comes out, and then it goes into itself like a mini black hole, and then poof, there's this explosion of necrotic energy. It's going to go far enough to affect everyone. And this is called Circle of Death. Can everyone make a Constitution saving throw? Bear in mind we're a paladin rich environment, so you might get some pluses from being close to them. You're looking for a 19.
I've got 22.
Okay, so Aragon.
Is it a con save?
Con save, yes. Uh-oh, Riddle.
That would be a no for the cat.
No, okay. Oh, okay. So, can you roll 1 for the angel as well, Ash, as well as yourself?
Sure.
Make you the first.
What do I get from the aura of the paladin?
Which one?
+3 from me.
Okay, that's a 16, and then the angel also fails.
Okay. So this is going to do necrotic. I'll roll it and we'll see. Some of you are resistant and would halve this again. Okay, it does 35 damage, which is probably going to dispel this angel.
Oh, yes.
Okay, he's out of there. Jackus, you'll take 15, 16, 17 damage. 17 if you take half. 17 for Ash.
Okay, take it.
Riddle, you're taking 35, I believe. Oh no, Ash, you're on a 13. You're not resistant, are you?
Nope.
Okay, so you'll take the 35 as well.
Yep.
And Vikander, your resident mage up the back there, also takes 35.
How's he doing?
Very badly. He's about as tough as an angel.
And I'm still concentrating on Shield of Faith.
Oh, you've passed that? Great. But you've taken a bit of damage from this Circle of Death.
Yes, I have.
Okay. And Shavolak is going to move. He's under you. It looks under you, but he's directly above you. Okay, so he's flying up over the top. Oh, sorry. No, he's not. He's hovering, but he doesn't go higher than a couple of feet off the ground. So I'll leave him where he is for now. Okay. Jackus, finally, with a 10.
Inside. I can't see anything inside.
It is.
Oh yeah, I can see like an outline.
Yeah, it's very dark. Remember, it's like in a murky swamp.
All right. So for my action, I will cast haste on myself. And then for my bonus action, I will vow of enmity.
Oh, okay. So you've got haste goes off, and then vow of enmity.
Yep.
Haste was your action.
Yep, so my AC is now 25.
Nice.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
I just, oh, wait, the rest of my movement, I just step back here.
Okay. All right. Shavolak is going to whack at you, Aragon.
Ouch. Okay.
Hitting armor class 34.
Yeah.
And doing with this massive arm mace weapon, big necrotic fist, doing 10, 20, 33 damage. And you need to do a con check.
Yeah, I think I failed that one for Shield of Faith.
Yeah, okay. That was Jakus having his turn, and Shavolak with a legendary action. Riddle. Finally.
For the moment, I want to stay where I am, and after that nice bout of necrotic, I would like to cast Tasha's Otherworldly Guise on myself.
Oh, nice one. Okay. Now, can you flip yourself? You've got another token that you can flip over, don't you, for that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is that a bonus action?
It's a full action. It's
Okay.
full spell.
All right.
But I've now got my pretty wings. I am immune to necrotic
Ooh.
and radiant damage.
Yeah.
And a whole heap of other stuff, including +2 on my AC.
Nice one. Okay.
And I think I'll just stay here for now. That kind of hurts.
Okay. So no. Did I miss a bonus action or?
No. Don't really have an appropriate bonus action right now.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. That's Riddle done.
I would recommend getting into position to really see him.
Does Riddle's magic item go off?
No, that's for cantrips. Sorry.
No. And that.
Oh wait, the
Wild magic.
Been a while.
She's got braces that they let you to cast an extra cantrip, but it means every time you cast a spell, while attuned to this thing, you might get a wild mage surge. Nothing.
I think I rolled a 14, so nothing happened.
Boo. Okay.
Aww.
All right, the mage. Oh my god. Okay. She's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then cast a spell, and let's see. She's worried about cold or elemental, any elemental spells, so she's just going to sling a upcast magic missile. So let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 magic missiles go sailing into Shavolak. 7. Normally I just average these, but I'll do it so it's up there. 22 plus 7 is 29 damage. Huzzah. And Aragon, you can also see, can you see the health bar of Shavolak?
Sort of.
Oh, a bit dim.
It's a bit dark.
Okay, I'm gonna raise it a little bit just for the make it a bit more practical for you.
That's better.
Better? Okay. All right. So and you hear the mage call out, "We've already half defeated Shavolak by severing his ties to those elemental nodes. He must have been relying on them. And Vikander also points out Shavolak's other hand is covered in rime, this frosty stuff, and whatever ice covering that fist seems to be cold magic is surging through Shavolak's arm and into his being. Somehow he's able to tap into that as well. That's Vikander going. Ash Louise.
I will try to go inside.
Okay. You got 10 feet of passage and then you're in. I said 10, 20, 25.
Okay. Can I go here?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. As an action, I will channel divinity, create my 30-foot aura.
Okay. This is the Twilight Essence business. Okay, I'm just going to put that up. 20 foot? 30.
30 foot, yeah.
Okay.
Radius. It's a huge sphere of Twilight.
Okay. I think in here you've been finding that all light effects are half, so even magical lights and things. So your Twilight's reaching 15, which is still covering half the room from the looks of it.
I mean, it's a channel divinity rather than a spell, if that helps.
Oh, it's just light. If you even had a torch, it would do the same thing.
I will then cast... Oh, gosh. I will upcast a spiritual weapon, level 4, next to him, and slash at him.
Let's see, spiritual weapon. There it is.
No, natural 1, of course.
Okay, so I'm moving that spiritual weapon over next to him, and natural 1, so it misses, but it's still floating there.
And then I will finish my turn with 18 temp HP.
Oh, nice. Okay, so the blue bar's the temp HP. And then Shavolak takes a swipe at you, Aragon. Let's see. Oh, I'm a class 17 misses.
No.
Okay. Aragon, it's your turn.
I'm going to try the same tactic.
Okay, roll to hit. What's that sword of yours called?
Ominous Silver Protector.
Okay.
16.
Oh, 16's a miss.
22 to hit.
Okay, 22 hits.
Lovely. That's 12 damage from the
sword?
Oh, hang on. Sorry, 16 damage from the sword.
Yep.
Plus I'm adding a smite to this one.
What level?
4th.
Okay, 4th level spells being slung around by paladins. You know things are getting up there when that's going on.
Yeah. 21 radiant damage on top of that, so that's a total of 37 damage.
Nice. Minus 37. Alright, so I'm just moving out of the way for a minute because I can't quite see. So almost half when you look at it. She's almost quite badly damaged, not quite critically yet. Now, is that you? You missed the first attack.
I missed the first, I hit with the second. That is me. Let's see what I've got for bonus actions. Yep, no, that's me.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the temp 18 as well.
Okay.
I need that.
Yep. Okay, and ending your turn, you get that temp HP. And Shavolak, lair action. Not lair action, legendary, sorry. Swings at you, Aragon. Hitting armor class 30 something,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I think I worked it out. If 5 hits on an 8, if 5 hits
Yeah.
on 20, yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna be a hit.
Yeah. Whoops, hang on. Let's see, so 3, 5 plus. Okay, Joe, 28 damage from the Morning Star. Bear in mind, the Morning Star is a fist. I think I said that before. And that's just a legendary action for finishing your turn, Aragon. Shavolak then gestures to the sides and once to the walls, and then once again, this wave of chaos washes, and everyone needs to do the saving throw, Constitution saving throw.
Is for necrotic damage?
It is for necrotic damage.
Then I don't need to because I'm immune.
Yes, that is correct.
No, very nice.
Everyone does it?
Yes, thanks.
Oh no, the wizard is dead.
The wizard just dies from 2 waves of this stuff. How did everyone go? Aragon passes with a 27. Jacus, you fail with a 13. And this is going to do 21 necrotic. Ash Louise, you oh no, you fail with an 18.
Nat 20. I got nat 20. I had advantage in all magic.
Oh, you got advantage. Okay, yep, that's fine. In that
Plus
case...
paladin auras as well.
Yeah, I got 25.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Then you pass. And, oh yeah, Riddle, you're immune. You just wash it, bathing in it.
Bring it on.
Nice one. Okay, Shavolak.
How much damage do we take?
21.
For half?
10. Okay, Shavolak's just going to whack you twice, Aragon. Did that come up? No. There we go. 7. So armor class 23.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Yeah, it does. Then he crunches you with a 31 damage. And then swings at you again, hits again. And does 44. Are you unconscious?
I am down.
Oof! Red X yourself. That should happen automatically when you take their hit points off. And that's Shavolak's turn. And Shavolak sort of drifts over in this direction. Sidling around to the exit. That's it. Jacus.
Right, I'm gonna draw both my mace and the sword.
Ooh,
Charge at Shavolak.
Okay, with haste, you spend your first turn in powering up.
Yeah, so first attack with this with the mace.
Okay, this is the Mace of Smiting.
Oh wait, I should roll again because I have advantage.
Yeah, that's fine.
22. to
What's the advantage from?
hit.
Vow advantage.
What? Oh, the vow.
Vow.
Yeah,
Vows
okay.
and
Yeah, it's all right. Let him go. Okay, yep, I understand. You declared him to be your anathema to you, and you smash him with a 22.
I'll add the level 1 smite.
Level 1 smite. Shavolak is a huge, chaotic, evil fiend.
Does that do extra d8s?
An extra d8 to whatever you would normally do.
Oh, alright.
3, I think. 3d8 with a first level spell.
So that would be a total of 23 damage on the first one.
23 in total. Okay.
And then I'll swing again, second attack, 29 to hit.
29 hits.
And then another level 1 smite,
Okay.
28.
Okay. Now with this first smash, you pound it into Shavolak's elbow. He looks like he's warding off. He's got this big mace hand at the back, and he's using this frost fist and forearm as a shield. And you just come in and just go pound and smash it, and ice shatters, and you see this ring on Shavolak's hand. And the next time, you smash right onto the ring, and the fist just explodes into as if the whole arm was frozen, and suddenly all this cold energy just goes pissing out of the end of the stump that you've just created, and swirling on the ground, and this coalesces in the centre of the room, and into a pile of snow, which then rises up and takes a humanoid form, an enormous humanoid form. And it is there that you recognise your old nemesis, Auril, in the centre of the room.
Oh boy.
The Ice Maiden.
Hey, Ash, I think we found the ring. Oh, crap, okay. So my...
Just thought I'd give you a bit of a description before you... I think you do have an offhand attack, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, offhand attack with the sword.
Okay.
23 hit.
23 hits. This is on Shavolak.
Yep, another level 1 smite.
Oh, nice. Okay. Shavolak's looking tattered now. Smash, smash, smash.
And then, so that's what's this? 28, 43 damage on the third one. And then my haste attack.
So hang on, so how much damage did that third attack do?
43.
Oh, look at the health bar, everyone. He's now reeling.
And I have a haste attack.
Okay.
30.
Okay.
And then my last level 1
30
smite.
hits. 30 hits.
33 more damage.
Okay. All right.
And action surge.
Hey, all right.
Nice.
So yeah, two more attacks.
Okay. Roll that second last attack. Onto Shavolak, I presume.
21 and 29.
Okay, so the 20... Yeah, just roll one at a time. So, yeah, 20 hits. Oh, it's an advantage, isn't it? Yeah. 29. Go for it.
I'll add the second level smite to that one.
Okay.
Let's see. So another 30 damage.
Okay. Right, so you now pound... You've just done it more... the two maces was enough to smash the arm off, and then another, 2 or 3 attacks, whatever it is, has now switched to his head and torso, and Shavolak's just tatters. And finally with this last one, I think this is with your... Is this with the hammer?
Smite, mace of smiting.
Oh, this is back to the mace. Okay, so you just pound this into Shavolak's, neck, and you can hear within this shadowy stuff, this shadowy sponge, bones cracking and arteries just exploding from the damage. And Shavolak looks back at you, shocked. And then he seems to tremble, and he looks fearful for a moment, but he's not looking fearful at you. It's as if he looks down at his chest, and he looks like he's fearing something within him. And all of this, this power that's been exuding from him starts to just wash off him, but then curl back and go straight into his chest. And Auril, I think Ash Louise, you're seeing this. I can't see. Where are you, Riddle? Oh, you're well back. Okay. Ash Louise, you see Auril is quite shocked at what's going on too. Curious, initially amused at Shavolak dying, but something seems to grow from a point as he dissipates. And this, in the same way as Auril's energy was being tapped, that was only something he came by when, I think late in the adventure, when they managed to recover it from, what's his name, Buggerlugs, the, Cholton adventurer. But this huge tendril of ink rises out of the remains of Shavolak, and whatever power that he had contained and used has now been released. And you see it manifesting as this giant shadowy serpent, and it takes on form and becomes a tangible material thing, although you can see doesn't have an end. It just disappears as if it's reaching through a portal. And it rises up and grows bigger and bigger right in front of you, Jacques. I'm taking a while to describe this, obviously, to make sure it's clear, but this is all happening in the blink of an eye, in a couple of moments. And you recognise this enormous serpent before you. Ash, you recognise this from scriptures as Dendar the Night Serpent.
Oh. Some kind of dark elder serpent deity of nightmares or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. It may not, but obviously being a god of some sort, Dendar is the enemy of Abtal. They are sort of mortal enemies. Jacques, back to you. Did you have another attack?
Yeah, the 14 and the 9. That was my last attack.
And who are you attacking with those attacks?
If it could go in the shadow, I guess.
Let's see. Gaga. Yeah, so onto Dendar's shadow.
Yep.
Yeah, you hit with the, what is it? A 20? Oh, 29, wasn't it?
29. Yeah.
Yep. How much damage?
20. Oh, is it another D8 also?
A fiend.
Alright, so it would be 26.
Okay. And does that finish your turn?
Yeah, that's it. I'm spent.
Okay. Dendar looks down at you with that. You've dared to attack it. Bear with me. Oh. Getting the spelling right. Oh, okay, here we go.
And I heal 18, right, Ash?
Yes, 18 temp HP.
You don't heal. It's not healing. You don't recover hit points.
Temp HP,
Yeah. Okay, so level 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And you feel this whispering voice in your head, Jackus. Can you do a saving throw? Wisdom, please.
18.
18. No, it fails, unfortunately. And you hear these whispers, these dissonant whispers.
3.
3. Yeah. And I'll roll. You take psychic damage. I could just do average, but I'll just roll it. You take 48 damage.
Right.
And you can't hear anything. You've seemed to this whispering voice of Dendar in your head. Aside from bleeding from the ears, from the horrible psychic damage, you're also deafened, at least for now.
And I'm also stunned.
Stunned?
Yeah, because my haste would go off.
Yeah, just check the stun. But I'm just going to roll a initiative.
Can't move or take actions.
Yeah, it's not quite stun, which is worse.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm adding Dendar into the Dendar. How's your dexterity, Dendar? 12. All right. Okay, so after Riddle. So we've got Jackus is just finishing up. You're done with your turn now, Jackus, and that was because that was an attack from Dendar. Riddle, your turn. You might not even be able to see what's going on here.
Fly in. We're like, yeah. See Aragorn down and be like, oh, okay. And you know what? Just for the fun of it, I am going to try, because I have no idea what this big scary thing is. I'm going to try and polymorph this.
Okay.
DC 19 into a baby bunny.
Oh, okay. Let's see how it goes. I'm just rolling d20s and then applying. Dendar gets a 3. What are we saving against for polymorph?
Double check. I think it's a wisdom save.
Okay. All right. So it looks like a bit of bunny ears start to appear on Dendar's head, and Dendar sort of shakes their head and uses one of you burn one of Dendar's legendary resistances. Creatures of this power can automatically fail, but they've got a limited amount and they can do that. You've probably still got more movement if you want it.
And what else? Something else I wanted to do this time, and I've completely blanked. Kind of hoping the bunny. I didn't think it would work, but I figured it was what the hell.
Almost.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting Dendar to fail it, to be honest.
So that was my action. It's not much else I can do. I might, however, go and hide behind a meat shield, so I'll go hide over here.
Oh, okay, so you're
Sorry,
over.
I can't help you, Aragorn.
Yep. So you're over next to Riddle. I think Aragorn's down. Oh no, so you're over next to Ash, sorry. I'm looking at Riddle written over the top of Ash. You're outside of Jackus's aura. You would be in Aragorn's aura. Now...
That's my aura, so you get 18 temperature.
This is true. Are we good?
Yep.
Okay, alright, so that's riddle done. Let's do another lair action. Okay. Alright, so, riddle.
Yes.
You hear a voice in your head, the voice of the Night Serpent, and need to do a saving throw versus wisdom. No paladin bonus for now.
Oh my god!
Natural 1, no Sharpie around to save you. However, it only does 9 damage.
Ow.
However, you are so frightened by this that, or so staggered by this, you must immediately use your reaction to move as far as you can away from it. Now, in this case, directly away. So I think you would fly to this back corner if you can still fly. If it can't be, if you don't lose concentration.
I get it.
Tasha's.
Yep. Check my concentration. I get advantage. How that beats it.
Yeah. So you maintain your spell.
Yep.
Okay. So that was Riddle finishing turn and getting Dendar slapped. Now when Dendar does the Dendar slapping, Auril steps forward and with this spiked mace, she's standing a fair way back, she wails and smashes Dendar.
Oh.
And then Dendar goes. Let's have a look. And Auril hasn't had an action yet, but okay. I think at this point just a bite. Okay, not Aragon. Jacus. Dendar recoils back and then lashes out 15 foot from the sky and launches down at you. Rolling to hit. Hitting armor class 18.
Oh, that misses.
It misses. All right. Let's see.
23.
Okay. Misses, and that's its turn. Auril stands there. And it looks like Auril emanates cold and so on, but is focusing it on Dendar, but Dendar's pretty much ignoring it. These two creatures of cold and darkness in different sort of flavours don't really affect each other in that way. However, she swings her Morning Star twice. And does a crit on Dendar.
Oh, wow.
Doing another big, and one of them was also a miss, but I think, just making sure. Yes. And that's her turn, and we're now on to Louise.
She will just be slightly stunned at this turn of affairs, although she quickly kneels down and lays hands on Aragon and casts a quick, heal and gives him 70 HP.
70 hit points. Okay.
Yeah.
Aragon, you cough and splutter. Your eyes open, and you are prone but fully operational.
And then, as a bonus action, my sword will swing in next to Jacques, whizzing past Auril and then slashing away at Dendar.
Okay, level 4 sword.
It's a plus 10 to hit, so let's see. 18.
18 misses.
Oof,
18
okay.
misses. Ooh, that's an oof. Okay, yeah, an oof moment. But that's your turn, and Aragon's back. Aragon, it's your turn. Oh, hang on. Dendar. Dendar's going to take another whack at you, Jacques. Oh, actually, I'm going to have to start rolling now. Odd, it's Jacques. Odd, it's Jacques. Otherwise, he'd go Auril as well. Okay, hits you, Jacques, doing another. $22 damage. Where am I? That's Aragon.
So Aragon's going to spend half his movement to get up.
Okay.
And he's going to move to here next to Jacques.
Okay, so you run up to at the foot of Dendar, fighting side by side with Jacques and Ash's floating scimitar.
Mm-hmm. And seeing that this is the bigger threat, I'm going to start slashing this one.
Okay, roll to hit with your sword, longsword.
24 to hit.
24 hits.
I'm also adding a 4th level Divine Smite.
Oh.
Is this a fiend, you say?
It is a fiend.
$40 damage total.
All right. Okay, you do the 40, and Dendar is now looking wounded. Or I say shadow of Dendar. It's some sort of aspect or dream state.
Then I'm going to attack him again.
Okay.
$22 to hit.
22 hits.
Adding a 3rd level Divine Smite. For a total of 43
Wow.
damage.
Okay.
That
Done.
is my turn.
Okay. Now, I'm going to shift back to... Okay, Shavolak seems to flop down on the ground and then just snake through you with alacrity, with like vampire level speed, so much so that you don't get an opportunity to take a strike, and then appears over here next to Ash and Riddle. Auril, actually, no, she can't. 1, 2, 3. Yes, she can. So she can reach out with her Morning Star and smash Dendar. Missing. Jacques, your turn.
I can't. I'm just gonna look confused and huffing, and just I'll maybe ask Auril, are you with us or are you against us?
She looks at you and with cold eyes, and just puts her chin up, and turns her attention back towards Dendar.
Well, look, she didn't smite you. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Look, we'll take that as she's with us for the moment.
It was a very Jenny Garth mean. No, is it not Jenny Garth? Very Mean Girls. Mean Girls look.
It's my turn.
What are you gonna do, Jekus?
That's my turn because I can't move. Or take actions.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you missed out on one turn. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, Riddle. How are you feeling?
Ow. I am going to cast Crown of Stars.
Ooh.
And then using my bonus action, I am going to throw one of the motes at this big thing in front of me. So.
Okay, so cast your Crown of Stars and hurl one of these motes at the shadow.
28.
28 hits.
19 radiant damage.
Wow. Okay, and you've still got a number of stars circling around your head as well.
Yes.
Looking very holy with those wings, Tasha's transformation, stars, flaming sword. You look like something Ash would summon.
And I've got to roll my 20.
What was that for?
I got a natural for my
Oh!
races. I got a 20.
Does that mean it's
20
a...
or 1? Raven bands. I've got to get. I've got to roll a 1 for something to happen.
Is it?
Yeah, the
Okay.
one time I need a 1.
Okay, all right. Yeah, good to roll that before we work out what it does, because as soon as you cast the spell, we'd have to dial it back because it replaces whatever you were trying to do. Now Dendar looks at you and whispers in your head. You need to do a saving throw, Riddle.
Wisdom again?
Yes, this is against the whispers.
14.
Whispers of darkness. 14 is a fail. And you take 37 damage.
Oh.
And Auril spanks Dendar for that and does some more damage with the Morning Star.
I'm also taking the damage. I'm going to use Misty Escape.
Okay, remember to subtract all of your temp hit points before you take off your normal hit points.
But yeah, Misty Escape, when I take damage up to 60 feet, I'm invisible.
Okay, alright, so you move yourself on it where you want to be, put the invisibility symbol on yourself, and Riddle is blinked out. Dendar? No counterspell. Alright, that's you done? Now Dendar goes and turns attention on you, Ash.
Alright.
Okay, Dendar whispers at you and you hear some sort of magical words being spoken to you.
Make a whiz save?
I'm just checking it. Intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Ooh, I'm out of paladin range, I imagine.
Yeah, I believe so.
Just.
They'll chime in if you're not. That sneaky Dendar. Did you fail? What did you roll?
I think I failed, yes.
Okay. All right. The rest of you see Ash Louise sort of drop her arms by her side and just go slack-jawed and sort of look around in a daze, like stupefied. Ash, your intelligence and charisma are now 1.
Oh, I've been feeble-minded.
And you take some damage. I'll turn that music down a little bit in a sec. And you take 17 psychic damage.
Alright.
As Dendar silences you in only the way Dendar can. You can understand language. You can't understand language. You can't cast spells. You can't activate magic items or communicate in any intelligible way. You can identify friends, so you would know your friends and you can follow them and perhaps even protect them. You would be able to defend yourself, say wielding a weapon or of some sort. But I like to go rule as written for this whenever I can. And you haven't cast spiritual weapon, but you still have it up, I believe.
Yes.
And so, in the same way, you can still use your spiritual weapon in an animalistic, feral fashion, as you would, you're wielding it.
Sure.
But that's Dendar's action. And then Auril stalks in. And I'm just doing average damage now, and average likelihood to hit. And Dendar is now looking seriously injured. Ash Louise.
Hoping for a greater restoration.
Yeah.
But I will attack with Purge Uben.
Okay. This is the axe, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Oof.
This doesn't come out much.
Yeah. I'm always wielding it. So 13 to hit, and then as a bonus action, I'll use my spiritual weapon.
Okay, so the 13 misses, but try the spiritual weapon.
Oh no, it's 15.
Okay. So you're in a bit of a slap fight. You're a bit dumbfounded. And Dendar this time turns to Auril and whispers at her. And she pauses for a moment, clutching her temple. Aragon. You guys are all out of 4th level spells?
I'm going to move over to here. Or would you prefer if I'm one less?
Where's
like there?
Where's here? No, next to Dendar? Yep, okay. No, yeah, move one back.
One back?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Otherwise you're occupying and you're snuggling up to Dendar.
Yeah, hence why I was asking you before I completed.
Okay.
So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. I've still got movement if I need it.
Okay.
But yes, I'm going to keep the pressure on.
Okay. So with the longsword, go for it. Roll to hit on Dendar.
That's a 27.
27 hits.
I'm adding a 3rd level Divine Smite to that.
Or 3rd level. We're working down on the list. You guys have blown all your greater restorations, I presume. How much damage?
For a total of 46.
46.
Yep.
You guys are going berserk. Okay. Second attack.
19 to hit.
That hits as well.
And my final 3rd level spell slot for Divine Smite.
Yep.
For a total of 33 damage.
Okay. You're just hacking and slashing, and there's wounds all over the place, all over this creature. You can actually see a couple in the picture if you look closely. Is that you, Aragon, done?
Yes, that is me.
Okay. For your efforts, Dendar whispers in your mind.
What was the saving throw for that one again?
That was it was Dissonant Whispers, which I think was Intelligence. I'll go back, hang on. Wisdom.
$13.
Oh.
It was so close to being a 19 on the dice.
Yeah. 43 damage. Psychic. Remember to take your temp hit points off first. From being bathed in Lothander's glory. Sounds a bit dodgy. Alright. How you going? Damage done? Oh,
Yep,
okay.
damage is done.
I can see you're pretty badly injured there. And again, every time he does Dendar does a legendary action, I'm triggering that as Auril's legendary action as well. Okay, Jacuz.
Right, so after shaking off the fatigue, I'm gonna rush up here. And I'm gonna take 3 strikes at Dendar.
Okay, 3 strikes at Dendar. So mace, hammer.
29 to hit.
29 with the mace hits.
I'm gonna add a menacing attack.
Menacing attack. Okay, Battlemaster stuff.
Wisdom save DC 18 or be frightened.
Okay, chooses to pass that with legendary resistance.
Second attack.
How much damage? I haven't taken the damage off.
21.
Okay.
27 to hit.
27 hits.
Another menacing attack.
This is not an advantage. This is not Vow of Enmity on this creature. That was... It's still a hit anyway, because it's a 21.
21, yeah.
Yep. How much damage?
24 and another DC 18 wisdom save.
Okay. And what's that for?
Another menacing attack.
Okay. Failed that and chooses to pass that as well.
Alright, last one. 25.
Black Dragon's Wrath. Okay, you hit.
A menacing attack, and I will add level 3 Divine Smite.
Okay.
So another DC 18 saving throw.
Okay. No more legendary resistances left. Fails it. And a look of fear crosses Dendar's face.
He's frightened and takes 46 damage. Oh.
All right. With that final strike of your flurry there, you rush past the other two, enter into a huge pounding, and Shavolak is sort of basically cut to ribbons. It's much bigger than you could, not into pieces or anything. But you sever it almost at where this portal is that moves with Shavolak, and all of the pieces seem to just drop away and then just get hoovered up through the portal, and the portal closes with a hiss. And just going to turn the music down a bit. And Dendar is gone. Riddle, you're next. What do you want to do?
Did we work out if Auril was going to do anything against us?
No, you work that out. You're all in a flurry of blood and frenzy and pounding maces and whatnot. What do you want to do? If you look across at Auril is standing there regarding you coolly with a side stance.
I'm going to, I think, ready an Eldritch Blast. If any hostile moves, I'll fire it straight off.
Okay, all right. So you've got your 6 guns out and you're waiting there.
Yeah.
Okay. Auril, so that's you, Auril. Sorry, moving on. Okay, Auril goes. All right. She stands there regarding you all coolly. One starts to sort of stride slowly across the ground, leaving a trail of frozen ground wherever she goes. And she looks at you all and says, "I know you all." And as she speaks, it's enunciated, it's well pronounced words and so on, but you can hear it's also in the back of that sound. There's it sounds like there's the howling of wind in an ice cave, and you can hear as she walks. There's this tinkling like of slightly crackling crystals, similar to what you experience when you're in the Yeti lair. And she says, "You convinced me of my folly in staying hidden from the world and my enemies, and I've chosen to leave the North to its own devices and watch over it as I have done. But now take the fight to those who would thwart me. Umberlee, the bitch of the sea, Talos, and the others. But part of me was invested in this this magic item that I was stolen so long ago and brought south to the lands where I have far less power. And by destroying it, I was able to manifest again." And she says, "For that, I thank you and bestow a reward." She sort of gestures and you feel some sort of holy blessing. Not sure what that is. And she says, "And I leave this realm now to the refuse within." And with
do I get my sanity back?
Let me look. You got feeble mind.
Playing with us? Did you have it in the first place?
No. You are still feeble-minded. I'll see. I'll just check about what. I don't think Auril's even in this form. Might not be able to do anything for you anyway. But you feel it. You feel just like someone with intelligence 1 would still feel good when someone massages their feet. You feel like someone's come and patted you on the head and given you a pat on the back. Enough to wag your tail with your 1 intelligence. Okay, no. She looks at you after you're sort of looking up at her sort of doe-eyed with your recognising her as friend, and she gestures to you and your faculties come back to you.
I gasp and sort of, sputter, and I look up and I give her, I think we exchange a look, she kept me in an ice prison for a good while and tried to kill me, and then we banished her, but now, we fought side by side, so I think we exchange an understanding look, and I I give her a shallow bow and whisper my thanks.
Okay.
As one does. Cleric to God. It only pays to be polite.
All right. And with that, she, like as I was saying, she starts to basically just cooperates and plane shifts or something off. She's now free, effectively. And the rest of you are left here in this place.
I wish to dash off to find a mage to cast Vivify before the minute since his passing is up.
A mage to cast Revivify?
She wants to bring the mage back.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Okay, so, yep, no worries. So you rush over to the corpse of the mage, and the mage also gasps and regains consciousness on 1 hit point or whatnot.
Welcome back, sir. You missed a jolly good show.
Yeah,
there were two gods fighting. I lost my mind. It was a whole thing.
I didn't think I was going to last long there, but if we're all going to die, we may as well get off what we could. I could see that I wasn't going to survive probably 1 or 2 of those necrotic waves, but that's why I threw as many magic missiles in 1 hit as I possibly could.
It was very courageous of you.
And you feel some cracks open up at your feet, Aragon. Starting from this skull in the middle of the room, there's a bit of a shudder in the blight spire.
I think it might be wise to leave.
Okay.
You will brook no argument from me. How do we get out? What's the exit strategy?
We were teleported here. Surely we can find what teleported us and take that route.
Yeah, you can remember that you had Sharpie and Core guarding the escape route, so they can call to you from down the passage and yell out, "This portal still seems active."
Let's head on the portal then.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. You are teleported to the entrance and rush out just in time as this whole spire seems to crumble behind you. And if you recall, the Shade Walk is like a little demi-plane or a domain or a sub-area of the Shadow Fell, and it looks like the entire maze is crumbling. And the mage says that she can lead you through the maze quite quickly if we race, because remember, she's been here a long time.
Lead the way.
Okay, and she does. So she basically sprints off, and you all follow. It takes about 20 minutes, so you're very puffed. Some of you with low constitution might need to be helped or carried by the others. But from the centre where the blight spire is, the maze is slowly just collapsing on itself. So all the walls are crumbling. Not so much like an earthquake, more like millennia of time passing in an instant. So weathering away to nothing. And by the time you've exited the maze and crossed the bridge back into the Shadowfell, looking behind you, the maze, the spire are both gone, and the Shadewalk itself, this demi-plane, is nothing more than a barren landscape, filled with a few standing structures or half-structures. The mountains in the distance fade into mist, signalling that this entire demi-plane is collapsing. However, you can see across the bridge a blue-white radiance shining, a beacon, and there was a conduit that you came through to get here, if you recall. It's probably about 100 feet away.
Do we dash to it?
Yeah, you can race to it, no problem.
Yep.
You race to it, and there's no rolls or anything necessary, but you would need to rush.
Wasn't there a dragon we rescued as well earlier? I can't remember the last time.
Yes, there were Lythine and where are they?
Did anyone else need an exit?
Yeah, Lythine and Bovrin. When you arrive at the conduit, are already there, standing a few feet away, and they gesture at you and say, "Go, go, go."
Don't have to tell me twice.
Okay. All right.
Let's go.
And you go blatting through this, if you recall, this sort of spiral tunnel type thing, a portal through the astral and then the ethereal, until you find yourselves back in the same place where you'd sent Artis, if you remember. Artis, I think Masika and another party to open a portal within Mezro. And remember, it had to be done simultaneously for you guys to even come here in the first place. And let's see. And you can see Lythine and the elf and the dragon are there, and Masika. I can't remember. I think she went with Artis. I'm thinking back now, so she's there as well. And Masika, to Artis's amazement and probably your own, seems to change form, and she takes on the form of a slender human woman with long flowing hair. Artis says that's the symbol of the Beret, and all around you, sort of overlaying it like a hologram on top of the real thing, you see this illusion of a city, and you see sort of ghost people walking about the streets in the distance. You're at the base of this enormous, what are they called, tesseract in the middle of the city. If you recall, there was like an illusion of Ubtal looking over the people. But over time, the illusion seems to start to become solid, and so that you can't even see the rubble and the debris and the jungle vines, and they all vanish. And the true Mezro seems to be restored and on top, back in place of wherever it was whisked away from so many years ago, 100 years ago, when Chult was split off from the main peninsula. Let's see. The shining streets are filled with bustle. It's almost as if that nothing happened and they were just carrying on from where they left off. However, Artis, Masika, Lythine and Bovrin are all there, with the residents of the Shadewalk. No longer Shadowkin, they've been restored to their former selves. If you recall, they were sort of shuffling zombie-like creatures in the Shadowfell. And while there was an illusion of this being at the top of the pyramid, you see the Mezroan friends of yours all looking over your shoulders and looking up in awe, and many people kneeling as they look up, and you see that this image of the being, the Chultan warrior god, is smiling benevolently down upon you all, but staring straight at you.
What is staring straight at us, sorry?
It seems the image of Ubtao is.
Oh. I imagine the paladins are up front, but I will give like a deep bow from like behind them, you know?
Yep. Anybody else want to say anything, or?
Yeah, Aragorn will be bowing as well.
Okay. You hear a language being spoken, and it's ancient Mezroan, but you hear it in your heads and in your common tongue, whatever that is, Elvish or Tabaxi, whatnot. And I won't try to do the voice, I don't think, but in common says, "We all thank you for your efforts in restoring the balance to this realm. The children of Ubtao are free now from corruption, the corruption of the Night Serpent, my ancient ally, my ancient enemy." He looks off to one side and thinks for a moment and says, "You have done many things in such a short time. I bestow upon you the mark of the feathered serpent." And around you appears this necklace with some very brightly coloured feathers. Reminds me of those kuatl that you flew on to arrive, to find your way to the Moratal.
All of us gets one.
Yes, all of you have one. I'll put it in the chat. Mark of the feathered serpent. It probably is only going to be more relevant when you are in Chult. But it gives you effectively like being a close friend and ally of the Kuatl, which are the ancient creatures that brought humanity to Chult in the first place. And then Ubtao sort of looks back and looks around, and some other what look like great heroes. Probably they wouldn't have even been recognisable when they were just shades in the shade walk, looking like knowledgeable elders or great warriors. One that looks a bit wry, in a cloak and robe and fast travelling gear. But one speaks for the others and says, "We are the Beret. Some call those in the north may call us Pal Aladin." The north. You would know that that might be a derivative of Paladin for even further north. But when they say north, he's talking about Kalimshan, which to you guys is all far to the south. It's just a matter of perspective. He says, "We are the Beret, protectors of Mezro, and those who sought to save it from the devastation of the spell plague a century ago. And we thank you for restoring what was, but we were overzealous in our protection, and with the intervention of some evil entities, we're unable to reverse it. You've created an atmosphere for the return of Ubtao, and you'll always be considered legendary figures amongst the creatures of within its walls of Mezro." And he gives you this talk. It looks like a sort of Aztec or Mayan jewelry. And this is a mark of a guardian of Mezro. One of them says, sometimes, this is the roguish sort of one, says, heroes like things a little bit more material. And the paladin sort of knight type character says, yes. I'm sure we can find a reward from the riches of Mezro. And looks to each of you and says, let's see, I'll go with Riddle first. Health, a weapon perhaps, a shield, or maybe understanding, Riddle.
I think understanding would be my preference. Are great ones.
Understanding, health. Okay. Okay, and you are bestowed a book, and upon reading it, it's up to you, you will gain 2 points of wisdom or intelligence.
Thank you. I'll clutch to my chest and read that at first chance I get.
Okay. And does anyone else want to have a go? I've put them into the chat.
Does a bit of a meta point, but does the stat raise you past 20?
Yes.
Well, in that case, Ash will come up and sort of also bow and thank the god, for his gifts.
Okay.
And, go on, etc. Say that, cleric of Salune and Lathander is happy to assist, and I also would like to choose understanding.
Understanding. Okay, so you are given it's like a scroll, not a whole tome or anything, but these are the wisdom of Ubtar will be realised upon reading these, and you can do the same thing. Read them, and your wisdom goes up by 2. Riddle. That was Riddle. Ash, Aragon.
Shield.
Okay.
Aragon wants to protect the innocents.
Okay. All right. So you're given a shield, looking like a Cholton one, sort of those sort of rectangular-y type ones, I think. And we'll come back to it, but it's got the properties of a Spellguard shield. Do you have a magical shield currently?
Only magical shield I've got is the Sentinel shield, which gives me advantage on initiative rolls and perception checks. So.
Yeah, okay. All right, let me have a look. I'm sure you're probably in there already, just to see. Advantage on saving throws or other magical effects and spell attacks, so that's things like Eldritch Blast and so on, have disadvantage on hitting you.
Ooh, nice.
And that is very rare. So this one is not a very rare one, it's legendary, and it's a +2 shield. I'm going to put it in here, +2 Spellguard. Jacus.
I'm gonna take out my old hammer trauma.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say, God, I'm really fond of this hammer. Could you bestow your power on it so it can be stronger?
Okay. It receives the blessing of Ubtar and becomes +3.
Damn.
Okay. Nice.
So this is the hammer that you receive. You when you were level 2, you got a block of
Yep.
adamantine, and you convinced these dwarves as a reward to just fashion that block into a hammerhead. Very simple.
Yeah.
and then a bit later, and so it was an adamantine hammer, and then a little bit later on you got it silvered, so it could affect silvered things. But up until the last 15 levels, you've
It's just
been non-magical, but adamantine and doing double damage against doors. Now it's +3.
okay. Nice. Thank you.
Okay. You're each bequeathed with an item of jewellery, which is Cholton as well, which is, you might want to keep it anyway because you've got loads of cash, but it's just got value that you could trade it for 2,000 gold. Makes it portable as well. And lastly, the beret, the head beret says, so, this is a little bit later on, Guardians of Mezro, we are short some beret. Would any of you wish to take on the position? It would mean staying in Mezro and becoming a more permanent protector of the city.
I think I must go where the Vanguard Selene tell me to, and I also have Candlekeep Library to serve, but I will keep the offer in mind. Then maybe a day when if you ever need me, you can send for me.
Well, yep, they thank you for the consideration and offer of future aid. Remember, and
you got a bit of robotic there.
And we'll contact you. I think it's probably my Roll20's thinking very hard right now. I'm loading our main page of Cholt. And so where are we? If we look on here on Mezro, Wreck of the Narwhal. There it is, Mezro, up in Kitchener's Inlet. After some celebrations, feasting, and recovery, probably just as importantly, you can take back flight to your airship and fly the fairly short distance back to Port Nyanzaru, where Jakus's troops are billeted, and start to prepare for the next part of your adventures, wherever that may lead. It will be good to know, it might be worth on concluding, what are, individually, what are your next steps? Any thoughts from here?
I think, if anyone else want to go first.
Go ahead.
I think if there's no duties pending, Ash might invite Velin, and she can use sending to sort of cast sending to all the previous party members, and organize like a sort of festival at Candlekeep. Just a casual meet-up dinner. When they all meet up again before her next vision that tells her to go on another region of the world.
Okay. And what about you, Riddle?
I think after the adventure she's had since coming straight out of her statue imprisonment, I think she's going to probably enjoy just some downtime in general. Lots of naps.
Lots of naps.
Some parties, more naps. And reading her new book, of course.
Well, there's lots of fun to be had in Port Nyanzaru. There's, villas and palaces and merchants' wards and things. You can certainly, if you've got the money, you can live it up.
Absolutely. have a bit of time around the place, just enjoying it.
Jacus?
No pressure.
Well, with the money we got from Mezro, probably just go back to Port Ningzaro, buy as much dinosaurs and gladiators as I can,
Oh, yeah.
and prepare the siege for Neverwinter.
Right. Okay. And Aragon?
He's still going to be hunting for this relic or whatever it is, artifact
Yes.
of his god.
Okay.
But he's always a sending spell away.
Yep. Okay. All right. So you might spend a week or so at least recovering, resting, carousing, or preparing troops and supplies and whatnot. After about a week, a pair of mage-looking characters, adventuring-type mage-looking characters, show up at the mansion where you're hanging out, the richly appointed area, and they asked Riddle, we're looking for Louise and Jacus and Sharpwise.
They should be here nearby, my friend. What can we do to...
We're just looking for information about some events that are happening far to the north of here, and following a trail that they've left to the south.
Sounds like it'd be extremely interesting. I shall do my best to find them and make and we can discuss that together.
Okay, all right. So Jacus
run off and try and find them.
all right, Jacus and Ash Louise, you're in your villa, and at some point Riddle comes in, and two characters come around the corner that look like they're dressed like the Arcane Brotherhood.
Friends of Berlin.
Friends of Berlin. They look at each other and they don't. Yeah, they don't. They recognise the name. They say we're just pursuing a line of questioning, and understand that your group has undertaken a series of activities far to the north, Icewind Dale, in fact.
Oh, that is correct.
And the other one says, and there was a flying city of some sort recovered and left.
Yes, we reactivated the Neremy city, but it is imperative we do not go there. It would be seeking your own death, I assure you.
Well, that's what we came to ask you about, because we did locate this city after there was rumours of a comet falling from the sky and landing in the ocean. And not long after, sailors reported seeing this huge meteor falling from the sky. Nearby series of islands have been completely devastated by some enormous beast.
I think her tiefling face goes pale.
And we're just wondering if you might know anything more.
She says, I think what happened, truth be told, we were hoping that it would be trapped there, but there was a Tarask that was unleashed. We had hoped that it would have been trapped upon that city till the end of time.
Okay, you can tell that they're very used to being very diplomatic, but like one of them's got white knuckles and the other one's pupils fully dilate. They recognise the import of what you've just said. And they sort of one of them chokes off their voice and says, "So, will you be looking to come and rectify this situation?"
So did he ask us to come rectify it?
Yeah, yes.
I look around at what the others think, and I think, and I say, well, I mean, I would see it as my duty if it's a threat to people. Then yes, you could count me in. But
Riddle, you were going to say something?
Riddle just looks at the others and be like, "How was this left out of the story? You missed this detail."
Yeah. They found a scroll of Tarrasque summoning, and they summoned it as a watchdog, letting the pit bull roam around a place they didn't want anyone to go. Okay, and I think with that that's just a little, you have to have these at the end of each major arc. Maybe we'll come back to it, and pick up again in months' time or however long, but there's always an opportunity to come together as a group and go and try and capture a Tarrasque.
Final boss, yeah.
It's actually not just a standard Tarrasque.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Friday night.
Yeah. All right. Well, that concludes not only Rime of the Frost Maiden, but this arc through the whole Lost City of Mezro. So thank you for your persistence and tenacious efforts. It's been fun. Been a blast.
And thank you for being a great DM.
No problem.
Thank you.
Man.
All right.
How long did this whole campaign take since the first one? Was it about a year?
Yeah, I think it was just less than a year to do Rime of the Frost Maiden, getting up to level 13, and it was August last year that we started the Mezro arc.
Goodness.
So August, September, October, November, December. So we've probably been doing this for 6 months.
Be about that.
Yep. Now, level-wise, I think it's not actually timed. Like, usually you would go up right at the end of an adventure, but what I did was I brought that forwards because, when you say something adventure is up to level blah, you never actually get to play that level because you go up right at the end of it. So I think you went up to level 15 just, while you're in the Shadowfell. So you're not at the point to go up to level 16 at this point, but well on your way, having defeated Dendar, made a friend of Auril, sort of, Shavolak, and many other things.
Yeah, our relationship with Auril is complicated.
Yeah. Lythene and Bovrin, the mage and the silver dragon, are keen to accompany you if you're going to be going on this airship north.
Yeah, we'll have to do a Hunt the Tarrasque session sometime.
Yeah. Maybe a 1-shot or a 2-shot, something like that.
How to put Tarrasque back in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sorry we didn't see Sharpie, and we didn't have Core due to unforeseen circumstances. Very happy times for him, I'm sure. But it would be great to come together again sometime and take this group on a next step. It's not rare that you get to sort of play this level, and there's definitely stuff to do. It's not like we're at a loss and you have to have more world-shattering events.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Call it mopping up.
Probably down if that happens.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, I'm going to throw to our closing, and we'll close from there.